Hi, I'm Niveditha.indrajit and I'm in conversation with Reshma George. And I think
Yes,
I've met you in Being You class, dressed like a ghost, going around advertising for talk to the entities. And I say, wow, that is so like cool. And then we
yeah,
met in other classes with Julia's class and Anthony's class. And I've seen you do a lot of work online and help people do their business. And I wanted to know who is Reshma George and what does she really do?
right.
And how did she
So
come
I,
about doing this?
so how did I come about doing it? It just sort of fell into my lap. I didn't have a plan that I was going to take care of the back end of a lot of facilitators' businesses, and I really had no idea. I started off with hosting and promoting just for the fun of it, and then eventually, one fine day, Channa Nisha asked me to promote. I mean, to take care of their back end, and I started. And it's not like I'm trained in anything. It was a slow and steady process and learning, and it's just been such a wonderful journey. And I used to keep telling my story. I used to keep telling myself that I'm not a technical person. I don't understand technical things, and I am so bad at marketing. So this is something that I kept telling myself. I'm so bad at marketing. I can't do marketing.
Okay.
And it I just later I just started, when I said that out loud after I was promoting and hosting to Chandana, and she's like, "What? Are you serious? Are you? I mean, are you? Is this for real? Are you? I mean, why are you even saying that? Because have you seen how much capacity you have in taking care of the back end and promoting and hosting all in one?" And only that's when I actually started looking at it, and I said, "Oh yeah, I do have a skill there that I'm not acknowledging." And
Yeah.
and that's how I started taking care of the back end of business. That and you only seen me for a year, but I was doing it for 2.5, 3 years now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been active in the Access Consciousness group in the last 1 year myself because
Yeah.
I just joined in 2018 June and I didn't really take it up. I did my first Access Bars class with Shamshad Ali Beg. And then I just
Right.
started practicing. I said, I don't want to do anything else. I'm just very happy just doing bars and this and that. And eventually Parveen Tuli's foundation came into question and I was like, I never even realized that I would do a foundation class.
Right.
And I did. And then that's when the whole thing opened up and I came to Being You and then Anthony's class and then Julia's class and then online
Yeah.
class and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, otherwise I wasn't in action receiving from the group or receiving from
Right.
different people. So so
Right.
when you were a kid, what did you want to
Yeah.
become? Like people would ask you, right? I mean, I don't know. People asked me, and I said I would
So
want to become a rickshawala. So I don't know. Then somebody
so
asked me,
my wanting to become something used to change every other day. So there was one when I wanted to become a detective, because at that point of time I was reading some book.
yeah,
I don't quite remember what it was
yeah,
called then.
been there, tried
And
that.
yeah, and then I wanted to become a painter, and then so it's been a lot of things, right? But one thing that's always been consistent is being in business, like being a businesswoman. So every time I would go, Dad and I would very often go eat pani puri from this particular stall, okay?
Hmm.
And he and I would just chit chat about how many people must have come into the stall while we were there. Those 15-20 minutes while we were there. And I'd say,
Hmm.
आराम से 50 लोग तो आए होंगे, मतलब 50 people would have crossed, and they must have at least spent 200 rupees. So we would do the maths and we would say, oh, you know what, Dad, we should put a pani puri stall. Minimum investment and maximum outcomes. So stuff like that. And at that point of time, the locality that I stay in Pune, it's called Viman Nagar. So at that point of time, the restaurants in our area was only one, and it was
Hmm.
veg, a
Hmm.
veg restaurant used to be. So I used to tell them, I said, listen, let's have a hotel put up, let's have a restaurant. I will manage it, I will take care of it. I promise you, I will make it work. So something that's always been in me has been to be in business, is
Yeah.
to always create something. And I was always very fascinated how things the inflow and the outflow, and how the whole management of the whole thing. And I still, and my dad didn't listen to me then, but now, and I taunt at him every time I can. This time I said, 10 years ago when I said this to you, if you would have done, we would have been millionaires by now. So
Yeah.
it's beautiful how we always have it in us, right?
Yeah.
We always have that thing in us, and it was never planned. It was,
And now that when you're saying about the Pani Puri guy and when you go and stand there, right? Recently, I read a portion in a book which said, if you have gone into a store and if you have noticed that there are 10 people, 20 people, 30 people walking into the restaurant or that place where you walked in or that shop you have gone into, you know, you are not acknowledging the Midas touch you have, because it is because of your presence that suddenly there is a boom in their business, and you think that, oh, my Midas touch is only working for others, it will not work for me. But you're
yeah.
forgetting to
So
acknowledge that you're the one with the Midas touch. So I want to acknowledge that about you. Are you
thank you. And
acknowledging?
yes, but it's funny you bring it up, because that's something I have acknowledged. I have been acknowledging in the past 1 year, that every time a friend of me, like my best friend Nidhi and I, we walk into a restaurant and it'll be absolutely empty, and then every table will start filling up. A petrol pump which is empty, I will be the person who's walking in, and then people will start coming up. And I've seen that with a lot of things, and I was like, oh my god, how can I use that, right? In my life, how can I use it? And to be very honest, Niveditha, I'm still exploring that part of me. It's not
What
that
if
I've got
that
it
is your business, Reshma George? Being the
I
Midas
wonder.
touch in people's lives.
I know, right? Oh my God, that should be my next class.
Yeah, and tell me more about the online business, because I love technology. I love exploring for myself. And when friends ask me, even I keep telling people. And recently I was having a conversation with Parveen, and she's like, you know so much, why don't you share? I said, Reshma George is already doing it. Let her do it. Then I.
But
So,
yeah, that's the thing, right? We think that, so this is exactly, so I'm doing a class called Out Creating, what is it called? Out Creating the Fear of Having No Clients.
yeah,
Okay. And today when
it's scheduled for
I
April 20th, or 18th, right?
18, 18,
18th, yeah,
yes. It's
2020.
a 1 hour, 15 minutes class. And it's one of the most irrational classes, right? The price is irrational. The timing, 1 hour, 15 minutes. Who schedules a class for 1 hour, 15 minutes? Either it's 1 hour or it's 1.5 hours. So stuff like that. So we kind of got stuck. Can you hear me?
No, yeah, I can hear you. It's continuing.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So stuff like that. So when I was actually writing the write-up for this class, it actually came to me that we very often we feel that everybody is doing what you think you can do,
Yeah,
but what, and then we don't land up doing that in our business. But what if
yeah.
it's not true? We only think that what we know is common, but
Okay.
what makes it our product is our touch to it.
Okay. Yeah. So somewhere what I'm getting is that in my eagerness to not do competition or not replicate what somebody is doing, I'm actually not contributing to what I can do. Is that what you're saying as an individual? Now it's stuck.
Good enough, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I love this.
I'm
I'm
not.
totally enjoying this. I'm totally enjoying this. Let's have Reshma George's the conversation.
I
And how did I get so lucky? I wanted your name big, not just in the corner when you're talking. So this is how it manifested.
ask and receive is instantaneous these days.
Absolutely. How does it get any better?
Truly,
So,
truly.
so we were talking
Some,
about how you started off and then with the online thing. And I keep telling myself I love technology. And then that's where.
right. Yeah. It was never the plan, right? To I've sort of lost the thoughts, a train of thoughts. But then the thing is, because of the whole internet thing. But anyways, so I didn't start off with working back end with a plan. It just fell into my lap, and I started learning things, and I realized that I'm actually good at it. And
Are you there now? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
So
Okay.
the conversation was that you were saying everybody has a gift of their own, and if you have technology and the gift for it, and I have the technology and the gift for it, we should just contribute in
Right.
some way and stuff.
Yeah, I remember. So yeah, so we stop ourselves from actually creating a business because we think that everybody else is doing it. But what if that is the lie that we keep telling ourselves to never actually create our business?
Yeah.
Everybody's not doing what we're doing. Everybody's doing what they know that they're doing.
Yeah.
And we're and especially right now, right, the whole corona thing, everybody's gone online, everybody's doing an online class. But
Yeah.
but nobody is Reshma, nobody is Niveditha.
Yeah.
Reshma is Reshma, Niveditha is Niveditha.
Yeah.
And nobody can be Reshma. I have something to offer to the world that nobody else has, and you have something to offer to the world that nobody else has.
Yeah.
So as much as people are replaceable, but they're not really, because
Yeah.
they're the only, I mean, it's only them who can deliver what they can deliver to the world, and nobody else can.
Right. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So
So
this
for
is
me,
why
I think
this
the
is
whole
why I
business.
should actually attend that class which you're coming up with, right? I'm so registering.
Yeah, like please do, because it's just like, see, I'm charging minimum these days. It's $650 for 1 hour, 15 minutes, and I have all sort of business classes coming up in the next 15 days, because right now everybody's looking at setting their business up online.
Yeah.
And I mean, make the most of it, right? Not too many people know how to set things up back end.
Yeah.
Like it comes to you easily, and with I would suggest go ahead and do it. I mean, I don't know, do classes or do people's backends. Like it doesn't matter. You have a capacity with it, and
Yeah.
it. I mean, have you seen the population only in India? Like Reshma cannot handle all of that.
I know.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if I'm doing it or not. It is that we all move together. We move forward together.
Yeah.
And it's, so think about that, right? Every business needs a back end and a front end. If your
Yeah.
back end is set, then you can move forward with the front end.
Yeah.
And if the foundation, it's like a foundation to the building. And if your foundation is not strong enough, then you're always going to face some sort of problem.
Right.
And backend doesn't necessarily mean having a website in place. You
Right.
can do without a website too.
Yeah.
It's absolutely up to you as to how much easier you'd like with your business.
Yeah.
And business as a whole, right? It's very, it's not a structured thinking. It needs to this step, this step, this step.
Yeah. It's not linear at all.
It's not linear at all. And business, it's an entity of its own. It functions on its will, right?
Yeah.
And Naveda, you won't believe, I can literally hear whispers of business, and that's how I create every business I work with.
So what are your plans right now? What are your future projects that are coming up? What are your classes coming up? How can people reach you?
Right. So I have an Insta page and I have a Facebook page. You can reach out to me there, or you can write to me on info.reshmageorge@gmail.com. Or you can just ping me on Facebook. I'm Reshma George on Facebook. And the classes that I'm coming up, I have a class on creating your online business, setting it up, the back end, step-by-step approach to how to go about that. I have a class called Out Creating the Fear of Having No Clients. That's the biggest fear we have right now.
Yeah.
I have another, and that's on the 18th, Out Creating, that's on the 18th of April. Then I have another class coming up, Showing Up in Business, on the 22nd of April. So these classes are going to be ongoing. So if you'd really like to know more, either ping me or let's get chatting.
Yeah, so
And
I also want to include all the links below. So I will contact you to get the links below.
Sure. I will send you all the links, and probably we can put it in the description box. And one thing that I would suggest is that, guys, even if technology is not fun for you, get somebody to do it for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the one-man army in your business. You can actually hire people. And trust me, it's not very costly. Like, it's worth the cost. And get people like Niveditha Niveditha is here, I'm here. We can set up your backends. Like there are a lot of people out there who know this thing.
Yeah. You know,
And
I was working with human resources before I moved into art, then before I moved into alternate therapy and stuff like that. And I hear a lot of companies will say, "Oh no, we don't need a human resource department. We know, these are the things which are actually crucial for your business. Like have somebody who is skilled to handle that stuff so that you can create what you can create." So I would like to know what is it that you are skilled at that you can offer that people can just say, okay, she's there and I can go about my business. So who all come into your client list?
So I love how you brought the whole company thing. And I'm also an HR, by the way. I'm an HR professional. I've worked in the corporates for 5 years. So who all come into mind? So anybody who is a solo entrepreneur who's looking at having a business and who's like a one-man army, right, I'm the person for them. They can come to me and we can set it up. Now, like I said, we can set your website up. But what I'm here to do is to tell you that do not stop your business because you don't have the money to have a website up and running.
Right.
Do not make that a showstopper. Having a website is a great thing to have because then people can look you up and the SEOs and everything will work for you.
Yeah.
But that's a great way to stop having a business. Because for a very long time, I know people who stopped their business from actually working for them is because I don't have the money for a website right now. I don't have that kind of money I can't keep aside right now.
Yeah.
And they won't create a business because they don't have a website, and that's ridiculous according to me. A business is a business. You just need to know what needs to go where and have people on whenever or wherever they need to be.
Yeah, most people forget that they are the source of creation, not the website or not the business. They are creating that.
Exactly. And if you are in business, if you are the person who's creating it, then you can create whatever you want to create.
Yeah.
Website, no websites. You're going to be in business.
Yeah.
And I love how Gary recently spoke about a friend of mine. She spoke to me. He spoke about how people conclude that they don't have their backend in place and that they should get their backend in place. Then they can create a business. I agree, backend is important in a business, but it's not the whole and soul of a business.
That's where you're going into perfection instead of creation.
Exactly. And that's why you're going into conclusion also instead of creation.
Yeah.
So if you think that technology is not your game, there are people to help you out. Hire them. And if you think that you can do it, then come. If it's out of curiosity, come learn.
Yeah.
Because now everything is available online. Like every freaking thing is available online.
I have a question for you. When you hit a limitation or when you hit a wall, what do you do?
I first freak out. I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know what's going on. What is this? What is this? What is this? Why is this happening? And then I actually lower my barriers and actually look at it. And I'm like, okay, so what is this? What can I go to what can I acknowledge here that if I would acknowledge would change all of this?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything is giving us information.
Yeah.
Every single thing is giving us information. If it's our body, it's giving information. If it's a business, it's giving information. And the smallest thing is always whispering to you. Okay, here we're talking about a business. So I'll give you a small example. The other day, I went to the kitchen. I wanted water.
Yeah.
Now, there are bottles of waters that are filled, okay, and they've kept. I just looked at it, and one particular bottle of water said, like, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. And I actually picked it. I was like, oh, you wanted to be picked? I was like, okay, cool. And I walked around. And everything is whispering to you.
Yeah.
It's up to you to listen to it or not.
It's up to us to listen to it or do start, stop with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the start, stop is also a conclusion somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like, the whole, when the quarantine period started, my body started mutating dynamically. Okay. So like I told you before we got onto this call, my sleeping patterns are erratic. Absolutely erratic. Okay.
Yeah.
So I sleep at 4:30 some days. I haven't slept for 24 hours now today. Like I haven't slept the previous night today. So I have had really strange nights. I mean, I barely sleep. And when I sleep for like 12 hours. So it's a body is, so I went into the conclusion that, oh my God, I'm putting a stop to my creation. Oh my God, I'm putting a stop to my creation. Oh my God, I can use this time to be more productive. Oh my God, I finally have some time in hand. I am not doing anything. And but then giving your body what it requires is also creation.
It's also an honoring of you.
Yeah. And it's also a
And
creation
thank
of
you
your
for being so vulnerable and sharing this, because it takes a lot of courage to do that.
almost like. And one thing I've also acknowledged, Niveditha, is that creation of your body, in the sense gifting your body what it requires, is also a creation of your business.
Yes.
Because just look at it, nothing is possible without your body here. Honoring it is a gift in itself.
Yes.
And I'm just acknowledging, like, without the day I'm actually honoring my body, I create so much more. And when I'm not concluding that I'm doing the start, stop to creation, and when I'm not concluding that, oh my God, I haven't slept for 24 hours. Okay, I'm going to fall sick. Now tomorrow full day I'll be sleeping. Now again, those are all conclusions.
Yeah.
So when I don't do that, I have so much more ease. Like even with this whole meeting, right? It was supposed to be at 4, but then we rescheduled it.
Yeah.
And it just worked out. I just had to communicate to you that, hey, you know what? I haven't slept. I'm not sure if I'm going to be awake at 4.
Yeah. And there is that I have your back and you have my back, and there is a lot of connection in that sense that, yeah, it's flexible. It's not like, oh, we are scheduled. Oh, so we have to. No.
Correct. There's no stress of, acha, what would Niveditha think about me? Oh, I'm being unprofessional. I have to be professional.
Conclusions, no?
Yeah, all those pressure trigger points that we place on ourselves. It's insane. Do you know how many we place on ourselves?
Yeah. And just by not doing it, you're in the flow. Just by choosing to communicate, just by choosing ease for yourself, it's actually creating more.
Yeah. And I've started to realize the moment you honor you honor the other person too.
Yeah.
Like, say, for example, if I was not to tell you that, hey, you know what, I haven't slept all night, and you message me at 3:30 and I keep you waiting, it's not honoring of you either. And if I get up half groggy and half sleepy, I wouldn't be able to be myself either. And that is also not honoring of you.
And this morning when I woke up, I wanted a back-to-back in conversations. I'm like, what would it take for having in back-to-back in conversations? I don't want to do 1 or 2 in a day. I like to have back-to-back. And this is just ask and I shall receive.
Right. And exactly, right? So that's exactly what I'm saying. So honoring, we have conclusions of honoring too, right? If I'm honoring me, then I'm not honoring the other person. But that's not true.
Yeah.
What if, like you said, you asked for it and I had the conversation? So what if that person's ask is getting fulfilled by you honoring you?
Yeah. I asked the universe to show me something beautiful today, show me a miracle today. And these are all answers like popped up. Like, how miraculous is this whole thing right now? I mean,
yeah, it really is.
Thank you for being my miracle today.
And the beauty that you asked for.
Yeah, of course.
Get better. How does it get better, man?
Yeah.
More of this to you, Niveditha. I mean, how many more fun conversations can you have? Like,
yes,
how much?
Absolutely. And it's all breaking my beyonds. It's like, oh, I think I will need a break after one conversation. No, I don't. Damn it, I don't require a break.
These are all things that we think we need, right?
Yeah.
But we don't.
Yes, we don't.
And so this is what reminds me. Okay, so I still have the show. It's called Brilliance with Young Ones.
Yeah.
And I do it with kids, like what you're doing. I do it with kids. So I go around asking which kid would like to be on. And, I just put in a word to the parent and I ask the parent to ask the child if he'd like to be on. And there are a lot of people who said yes. And there are a lot of children who said no. And this is exactly the conversation I have with them. And it doesn't last more than 15, 20 minutes. But the fun of it is like, it's a creation. It's a high. Like for me, it's that the day I have those interviews, I just cannot sleep after that because I'm so much like the high of creation is so much for me.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, what else can I create? What else can I create? What else can I create? And it's brilliant. Like, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Vidur is still due to give his schedule, right? I mean, he's like, I'll do it later.
Right?
Show up.
But it is so amazing, right? Like, I love the freedom that Vidur has. Vidur said, you know what? Not now. I'll do it when I do it. And he is the boss.
He was telling me 2:00 we have an interview, right? I'm like, no, we don't. We finished it yesterday. So what does he know? I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder who will pop at 2 for you today.
Yeah. So this has been amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to share? I want your voice to be heard. I want your brilliance to go bang, bang, bang. So
thank you so much.
What else?
Thank you.
How can I contribute?
You are already contributing to me. I mean, I just casually asked you, when are you interviewing me? And you said, hey, now let's do it. And I was like, okay.
I was fretting to ask you, and you just made it easy for me.
I don't think I better. So for me, really, I mean, I've always, so I didn't tell you the story, so I'll just get on to that. I actually had my first business when I was 17. And I had an event management company, which I started with my best friend, Nidhi.
Oh, wow.
And we were 17, right? It was close to 12, 15 years ago. And we started off with small birthday parties, and we had our last event was at a 5-star hotel.
No.
So we eventually grew, and at the age of 17, and this is 15 years ago, it's, getting 20,000 rupees in your hand is a big deal. Yeah, and the feeling, like, that accomplished feeling, like, oh my God, I'm good at this. Like, I can actually do things is a brilliant feeling to have. Like, it's a brilliant accomplishment to have.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to convey to each one of you who are going to watch us, right? Like, you guys have that brilliance in you. Business is my thing. And it's been my thing for a while. And I enjoy doing business. So I do a lot of stuff. Like, I do these business whispering sessions. So if you have an idea and you don't know what to do with the idea, then, we listen to the whispers of your business, and we go with what action requires to be taken, what energy you require to be, and we ask questions and get clarity around that. And I mean, there's so many things you can do with the business and so many aspects of it. And then we already spoke about the back end, and I also facilitate classes. I'm an Access Pass facilitator. I also facilitate short classes. So, I mean, there's so many possibilities with me. So if you'd like to explore, I mean, just give me a call and say, hey, what's available now? And I'll tell you what I'm creating next.
Yeah. Reshma George, Business Whisperer.
Yeah, I know, right?
You should have a website saying the Business Whisperer.
I know, right? Oh my God, I should really get onto a website now. I should develop it. Time for a website.
Yeah. So,
so
what else?
That's it for now, I guess. I mean, I'm just excited for the coming week and the classes that are showing up, and yeah, I'm thrilled about it.
Thank you so much, Reshma George, for this conversation.
Did you freeze again?
I really loved it. I really loved this conversation.